Hi everybody, it's James here. Welcome back. It's Tuesday, the 14th of December, 2022. And this morning I went out for a ride with PCITP and a few of the early riders. But I didn't record the ride, but that's okay because I went out afterwards and had a quick chat with one of the PCITP legends, Stuart Helm, or we call him Stewie. And Stewie is a legend. Bit of a beast, bit of a unit on the time trial bike and on the push bike. And he actually does British food importing, so hence the British Provender jersey that he gifted me. And so this is a straight out plug for Stewie, he's a nice guy. If you're looking to stock up on some British food or Scottish foods and products like some of the stuff here, reach out to him. I'll leave the link in the description below. So it's just a very candid, 10-minute chat with Stewie, and I think you'll like it. He gives us a pro tip on what to do if you lose a bit of motivation while you're cycling. And I guess I'm just giving backstories to some of the characters that ride regularly, or that cycle on the Perth streets. So I hope you enjoy it. Something a little bit different. Tomorrow's Thursday, might not ride. But Friday, there is a ride called Social Brews. Might shop for that, okay? So enjoy the casual chat with Stu. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye. Okay, we'll start now. Hi, everybody. It's James here, and welcome to another session. Today we have something really unique because I didn't ride this morning. Well, I did, but I didn't record it. And we have here the Honourable Stuart Helm. Say hello, Stewie.
James, how are you?
You good? There we go. That's the cover shot right there. All right. So for those that don't know, Stu's been riding with PCITP for how long now?
3 years.
Only 3 years?
Yeah, 2020.
Okay. And how did you first come to get introduced to cycling? What's the backstory?
Well, my brother and I we grew up in the hills, so we used to ride mountain bikes, but it was very recreational then before the days of signed trails.
Yeah.
And then, through my 20s, I lost them out to a mine site, Murrin, and really we commuted to and from work there on old bunky alloy frame mountain bikes, but there was no real dedicated cycling.
Yeah.
My wife did a triathlon in maybe 2002 or 3. So we're going to have to start again, mate. It wasn't 2002 or 3. Can we start again? Can you cut this bit out?
I can fast forward it.
All right. My wife did a triathlon, and when I watched her do it, I went up and supported her through and sort of got a transition and stuff set up, and enjoyed the experience of the triathlon event up in Hillary's. So I went back and on the next one that she did with her friends, I jumped on board and did the same thing, and kind of enjoyed it, and realised as a early triathlete that you're pretty crap at 3 sports, and there's sort of endless opportunities to improve all 3 of them. And for the most part, other than swimming, you can normally just do more of it and get better at it, right?
Yeah.
I quickly realised cycling was the only one of the 3 that I was sort of competitive at. And then, an ankle reconstruction and a ruptured patella tendon and a couple of injuries later, and I realised that cycling was really the only sport left that'll have me out of the 3. And 2013, after my ankle reconstruction, that's all I do now is ride a bike. Yeah,
because you told me that was kind of like the turning point of your life when the doctor goes, you got to give up. Because remember you were a smoker at one stage?
Yeah. So when my wife met me and when I was on the mine site, so I was a smoker. I used to smoke Port Royal and Champion Ruby, the rolling tobaccos. And in fact, some of my best mates that I've met and still ride with now were met in a smoking shed at Murrin. So, it was a social thing. It was a horrible habit, and, pretty pleased to be on the other side of it. There was obviously sizable weight gain that came on the other side of smoking, which needed to be counted, and I think biking assisted me with that to some extent as well, right?
That's cool. So you also rode the Tour of Margaret River this year with the boys.
Yep.
Well, what was your favourite stage?
Look, the last stage for the last few years is more my terrain. It's sort of a gentle downhill.
It's a big unit.
and around 40k. So that's the only one I really provide any benefit to the team on. I think the first stage I'm a last wheel and hanging on her, and the two road stages they certainly don't. I'm pretty messy in a bunch, mate. I try to stay out of the way of everyone that's trying to compete and just make it through unscathed. So. Yeah, I feel like the last stage is probably the only one I'm any benefit to the team on. I do enjoy it, and try and save my batteries for that one, knowing that it's suits our team probably better than the other two.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So, in terms of, I guess because you've done a lot of cycling, and when you sometimes hit like an unmotivated day or a month, how do you cope with that? Or any strategies that you'd like to share with like the younger riders out there? They might get into a block of training and they're just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. So have you ever come across that and dug out of that hole?
Mine's a very relative block that you'd run into. I haven't done more than 450 k's in a week for forever. So and for me, cycling is very much a part of life. It isn't life. It isn't going to be a career. It's something which I enjoy. It's my little bit of time away from my wife and kids, which as much as I love them, it's good to have that time away from them. Mm-hmm. It's my way to wind up and wind down from a day's work. Mm-hmm. So no, I've always just loved getting on the bike and getting some wind behind the ears and, bringing a different bike out. If you're feeling demotivated, take the gravel bike, take the time trial bike, do something different. And, the feeling doesn't last very long. And a couple of easy rides later, you're back on your feet and, feeling like trying to rip someone's legs off, I guess, yeah.
That's it. So for everybody, this thing just changed up, okay? Don't just go on all the dick swinging rides all the time. You'll get tired of that. And... A little bit something else more humanistic is like, what do you do outside of the bike for work, Stu?
So work, after mining, it was sort of a mutual change out, both from work was drying up in consulting in mechanical engineering at the time, and Dad was looking for a handoff into retirement. So in 2013, both my brother and I left engineering careers, and we sort of helped him off, took two of us to ease him off because he was quite the force in the industry. And now we import and distribute British food around the country. So the Coles and Woolworths British sections and, all the independent retailers around the country have got international sections, within. And, we supply the predominant share of the English and Scottish food into those sections and try to represent British manufacturers in the Australian market.
Yeah.
And we're not too big or proud that we don't look after someone wanting a carton of this at this time of year. And then we also do container loads of mushy peas, say for instance, year round for the demographic that can't miss their taste from home, right?
Mushy peas.
Yeah.
All right. And actually, this is quite interesting. You've actually got some hot sauce here. It says that it's extra hot, but I'm Asian, so let's try this.
I don't think you're going to need that to get a sweat up on me, mate. I'm already sweating.
Yeah, because this room doesn't have air conditioning. All right. This is meant to be extra spicy, but I doubt that. So let's try this, and we get Stu to describe the flavors. Which is hotter out of the two? Or are they both the same?
The Carolina Reaper's got a pretty hard following around the country. The extra hot pepper sauce, I think, will be quite palatable relative. Oh,
let's be generous.
Oh, mate, we're not doing that first cap off the rack, are we? Oh.
We'll split it up so it's not too bad. All right. So you have a bite, and you tell me what you think.
Okay, that's doing a bit. I know James didn't bring any water in to wash this down with.
This is not even spicy. Come on.
You're gonna burn my white ass.
It's not even spicy. So, you want some more? He's gonna have a drink now.
So not good with spicy food. I think James knew about this.
It's white. It's white. So next year, are you also gonna try out for the tour, Margaret River?
Yeah, look, all things going well. I hope to. The kids are at an age now where we can, you know, my wife's up on site at the moment for most of the week, and you know, they're at a manageable age where you can get some help from grandparents and still get your life through. So, you know, the first 5 years of my firstborn's life, I couldn't get to a remote river. I didn't want to do that to my wife. I knew how hard they were on their own. But I feel like now it is certainly doable. It's just how long I can maintain the listing in A grade, I guess. There's a lot of young guys coming in looking for that spot, and you know, so long as I can, you know, provide some sort of benefit to that team, then yeah, hopefully I can stay there. And otherwise, we've got a fantastic social environment around the other two teams in the club, and you know, hopefully we can grow on that because it's such a fantastic club to be around. And yeah, I think the atmosphere in the lower grades would probably be much more enjoyable than sort of sweating bullets in A grade. So yeah, I feel like to remote river, I'll be there for a few years to come, just in varying capacities, right?
Fantastic. Any shout out to anybody in particular, family, friends?
Oh, look, this is a cycling channel, so I won't rabbit on too far on family and friends, but you know, certainly Jeff and Sheppy for reaching out initially and giving us a start at PCITP, and you know, we do a training camp in August, which is like just a meat fest and a you know, drinking session. And this year the weather was appalling. We still got on our bikes, rode 100k each day, and got on the gravel down there. And you know, it's such a great environment. Yeah, I'll be forever grateful for them reaching out and giving us a call up and getting us in the team, because otherwise it was a pretty lonely old discipline time trialling, and I didn't really know or have too many other friends out there in the cycling community. So it's been great to build on that. And yeah, and you know, the guys in A grade that I race with, every year we bunk together down there. This year it was in Bustleton, last year it was in Bridgetown, and they're just a great bunch of guys. You're always learning something, you're always learning new stuff with guys that have just come back from Belgium or guys that are trying to make it. And you know, it's really, for someone that grew up playing football and basketball, it's so insightful to see the effort these guys go to try and crack it in cycling as a career. And yeah, nothing but respect for them. And you know,
there's a lot of talent here.
Heaps of talent, and you don't know where you fit in the scheme of things, because they don't all ride together at the same time or in the same race. And you know, there's nothing more humbling. Like Tim Bates came out on a ride with us a couple of weeks ago, and you just realise that there's another echelon of strength on a river lap. And you know, it's quite humbling, and you know, it's great. You know, you know, the respect in there. I know there's a lot of dick swinging, but there's also a lot of respect and admiration for the riders. And yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you, Stu.
Good on you, James. Thanks, mate.
No worries. And guys, if you're looking for Horlicks or any other British stock, I'll link in the description below. Okay. Thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.